Adrian Tchaikovsky is my favorite living science fiction author. Welcome to my channel, Another Bibliophile Reads. My name is Greg, and today I'm going to give you a brief review of Children of Memory, the 2023 science fiction novel by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is the third of his Children of Time books. So if you have not read The Children of Time, originally published in 2015, or The Children of Ruin, originally published in 2019, this book may not be for you because, well, technically, I think it could be read as a standalone. I think readers will gain a lot by having read the first two books in this series. If you are not familiar with the series, the story starts off in the far future where there is a doctor named Avria Kern, and she is getting ready to terraform a planet. This planet has been mostly terraformed completely. It is ready for human habitation, but she wants to uplift a species of monkey or chimp, I can't quite remember which, and she has this virus which will help greatly exceed the evolutionary process. However, there are many people back on Earth who are in an uproar that Kern is going to evolve the species of monkeys into human-like intelligence, and there is a war on Earth. Earth gets mostly wiped out, and before they wipe out the Earth, they sent out an interplanetary virus, which will basically destroy any computer system for the most part. And so Kern is out on this distant planet. Earth has been destroyed, and this virus from Earth hits just as she's getting to release her monkeys. She has already released the nanovirus, which will help evolution, but the monkeys are destroyed, and her current ship is destroyed, but she is surviving as an AI intelligence in a computer. A lot of detail, but you need to know that going into Children of Memory. And then on this planet, spiders evolve, taking this evolutionary virus and become sentient. And the clash between human colonists, which start to try to recolonize the planets, finding terraform worlds, meet these spiders. Okay, that's book one. In book two, it's pretty simple. The spiders and the humans encounter a new world populated by intelligent octopuses. However, these octopuses have met a true alien intelligence, and they have sort of a war of misunderstanding. Okay, that's basically what you need to know to go into the Children of Memory. Now, Children of Memory is a non-linear storyline, so lots of timelines back and forth, flip around. You have to pay attention as a reader to what's going on. But it starts off as one of these colony ships that are looking for the old terraformed worlds from the destroyed Earth. And they find this planet named Ymir. It is only lightly terraformed. It can barely support any form of life, but their colony ship, the Enkidu, is running to pieces. It is getting ready to fail. So these colonists have to go down to this planet no matter what and try to survive. Okay, that's one storyline. The next storyline is the humans and the spiders and the octopuses are searching out for these terraformed worlds too, and they come across Ymir, and they notice that something very odd is happening on the planet. I won't go into too much details. I don't want to spoil anything. But now it comes this flipping of stories. What the spiders and the humans and this woman named Miranda, which is sort of a cross between the alien species in Children of Ruin and humans. Okay, lots of stuff going on, and these timelines are mixing, and the reader is figuring out what is happening. I won't give any spoilers, but the end of this book is what really pulls off this novel. I was liking it okay. I wasn't liking it as much as Children of Time, but slowly Tchaikovsky is building this story in the background about what actually happened on this planet Emir. And it is a fascinating science fiction story because good science fiction gets the intellect going. It says, what would be different if these conditions happened on this other place? And that's what I really enjoyed about the ending of Children of Memory. It took this book from being good to really good, really fascinating. I was reading and listening to this book at the same time. Most of Children of Memory I listened to as an audiobook, but I had previously purchased the Kindle version because the Kindle version was $1.99, and I can't say no to $1.99 Kindle books. So about a third of this book was a combination called immersive reading, reading the text on my Kindle and listening to the audiobook. I did listen to the whole of the audiobook. So going back to this story really impressed me at the end. There are some really interesting alien creatures here. My favorite were Gothi and Gethly, a pair of covids. Now, a covid is a form of bird, basically a raven or a crow, and I think magpies as well. And these two ravens are sentient? Maybe. That is a question that is dealt with in this book. Now, each raven has a personality, has a mind. Let's just say one is practical, one is logical. And when these two birds combine as a pair, they form a whole, a unique form of being that's its own being, but two beings in one. And I absolutely adored this pair of birds, a very unique and interesting form of sort of alien life. They were developed on a different terraformed world. That's just another subplot in this book. But these birds are fascinating. And then you have the main characters on this world. There is a young girl named Liv, and she has memories which don't fit with reality, which comes from the title, The Children of Memory. You'll get that right off the bat, so not a spoiler. But why are these memories inconsistent with reality? That's where this book really shines at the end, as I've already said. So if you have read The Children of Time, The Children of Ruin, I can really highly recommend The Children of Memory. I have my own rating system that rates from bloody hell no to bloody hell yes. And I would rank the Children of Memory as bloody hell yes. It's not quite as good as Children of Time, but as the old television show says, missed it by that much. Children of Time is also a bloody hell yes. Children of Ruin is not the best of this trilogy. I would rank that as a yes, heading towards the hell yes category, but really more of a yes. But Children of Ruin really is an essential book to read before you pick up Children of Memory, because it introduces this alien species, which is part of Miranda. And while the notes in the beginning of Children of Memory do explain what Miranda is, I think you need to read the whole book. In fact, you need to read the whole trilogy. This is becoming my favorite series of science fiction books published in the 21st century. Last month, Adrian Tchaikovsky published a fourth book in this series called The Children of Strife. I don't know anything about the story so far, but as I was finishing up The Children of Memory, I went out and bought the Audible copy so I can listen to it next month or the month after, because these books are just so good. If you like science fiction, do check them out, especially if you have not read Children of Time. And if you've only read The Children of Time, go get Children of Ruin, go get Children of Memory. You will not be disappointed. Thank you for watching, and keep on reading.